Alright, as announced, on my way to Bielefeld, Bad Oeynhausen, about 3 hours drive from here. And yeah, Frank is already waiting. He's setting up the grill, so we're gonna barbecue. We're starting the rock and roll weekend with a nice barbecue. That's gonna be super cool. Well, I'm packing up right now, 3 hours drive as I said, and I'll keep you posted for whatever happens in the coming 72 hours, or 48 to 60 I'll say. Good, enjoy the ride and keep you updated. Bye. We are entering Germany right now. There you go. All right. Let's try to get some distance under our feet. Didi in front of us is moving on. Come on, guys. Good. 180. 190. It takes a while. 200. 210. 220. 230. Jesus, that one's standing. 210 again. I'll leave it at 210 at the moment. Guys, if you ever come to Germany, make sure you use your rear mirrors. It's important. Because there's always somebody faster, even at the speed that I'm going now. Seriously? Come on. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe it's limited. I didn't see it. Yeah, sometimes highways are limited, you know. Well, anyway, let's put the cruise control in. and go with the flow. It's always safest to go with the flow. Right, we are heading Düsseldorf North. Changing highways. Here I have to check a little bit. Usually this one is restricted or can be restricted. See, it's like in a few meters there should be a sign, and if not, then it's open. But with this traffic there's no point in going too fast anyway, because if the difference between your speed and the average flow is too big, then it's just not safe really, because not everybody is paying attention. And the whole thing then turns out, as you just saw in the previous footages, in the previous clips, it turns out to become something like a high-speed stop and go, which you don't gain much really, other than you blow your fuel. In the end you achieve maybe a few minutes or something, if even. So it's not always worth it. That bridge here, we are crossing now the river Rhine, which is actually Germany's biggest river. Okay, the camera cannot pick up that much. Okay, what we see is a river, you know. So that's where we want to head to, Oberhausen. And in Oberhausen we catch the A2, and then we're on our standard route again. Right, we're now passing underneath Düsseldorf International Airport, which is one of Germany's biggest airports. Here's the exit. So if you ever have to be at Düsseldorf Airport, this is where you have to be. Now you know. Today we stay in the car. Nice Audi passing there, A7 or something, and you can't see it, but they'll pass in a second. Mercedes-Benz E-Class, previous model, the Type 212. What's he doing? Afraid of cornering? Right, catching the 3 right here towards Oberhausen. And then in Oberhausen, hopefully. Well, basically the 3 goes all the way to Oberhausen, and in Oberhausen it changes to the A2. So it's not really that I have to change highways again once I'm on the 3. Just gets a different number. People in Oberhausen are actually quite nice. I've been there once or twice for clubbing, and yeah, I was quite pleasantly surprised how nice the people are there. The city itself is not really nice. I have nothing to recommend in terms of going or watching there. But they have quite a lively clubbing scene, and as I said, people are very forthcoming. It's quite nice. So if you happen to know somebody, yeah, most likely a nice person. Whoa, sun. Limit is 120 here. Let's stick to it because they have speed traps on this part of the German highway system. Right, Oberhausen West. That's where we need to be, and shortly after Oberhausen West, the A3 changes to A2. And just by the way, it's 8 o'clock p.m. like in the evening, and we are having 36.5 degrees outside. Which is rather unusual for Germany or the Netherlands. This afternoon I was still working, and in the Netherlands we had like 40 degrees, which is completely unheard of for this region of the European continent. We're experiencing the hottest summer ever in recorded history. And 40 degrees. I mean, Germany and Holland, they are on equal level on the planet as like Canada. So it's usually a bit cooler region. I mean, it can go up to 30, 31 in the summer at some days. But that's it. But like 36, 40 is way too hot for this region. But anyway, global warming remains fake news. So I'm happy that the air conditioning in my car works. And as you can see here now, the A3 has just changed numbers to the A2. As you can see from the coming sign, if you want to stay on the actual track A3, you have to actually change highways. So saying goodbye to the A3, we stay on this track, which now is called the A2. The A2 is actually an east-west axis. It connects the west of Germany with the east, goes all the way to Berlin, and then further towards the Polish border. And also it's referred to by some as the highway to heaven, because it's one of the most crowded highways, and it's rather dangerous, and you can see that it's pretty busy at the moment. So even though the track is unrestricted, I could go as fast as I want. There's no point And even trying that, you just risk your life because yeah, there's so many different drivers there, different experiences, different level of attention. So yeah, there's really no point. Here they announce already like chance of traffic jam, so that you don't crash into the end of a traffic jam if it appears. Alright, let's see if we can speed it up a little bit, doing 140 right now. That's the usual, the average flow on German highways, around about between 120 and 140 is what the average flow usually goes. And yeah, it's always wise to sort of float in there somewhere. And if the traffic is a little bit less busy, then of course we can speed up a little bit. Okay, reaching 150 now. See that guy there? Didn't check the mirror either. So, and you can imagine if you do full speed, like you're coming along with like 230 or 240, 250, a person like that just moves over into your lane and you have a serious issue. Yeah, that's also another thing, when you're driving in Germany on the Autobahn, on the highway, they want us to go 80 here for the next 2.5 kilometers. I hate that when they do not pre-announce that, and all of a sudden they say like, okay, 80 now, and you're like, oh, how am I supposed to do that? Anyway, when you're driving on the German Autobahn, is important, at higher speeds especially, it's important that you look as far forward as you can. So don't focus on the car right in front of you, focus on 3, 4, 5, 10 cars in front of you, what's happening there. And also try to predict. You can sometimes already see, like usually people before they change lanes or before they indicate, they already sort of like slightly drift over. You can see that, and then you're just like, oh well, this guy is gonna move in a second. So you always have to watch what the others are doing and trying to predict what they are doing so that you're prepared. So now I have somebody again crawling in my bonnet, trying to overtake. Anyway, it's unrestricted here. Let's speed it up a little bit. By the way, what I wanted to say is not the guy crawling into my bonnet, but into my trunk. That's what I call it when they're closing in too much. The guy in front of us is doing 110, despite the fact that there's no restriction. And the trucks are performing elephant races, that's what I call them, or what we call them in German, for trucks overtaking each other. Yeah. And the Ford family van behind me again. Trying to push me. out of the way, crawling into my trunk again. Well, anyway, so now it's free. Let's see. It won't remain free for long. Free of traffic, that is. We can cover that gap a little bit. Get rid of that annoying guy in the back. I'm doing 180 now, and here is already another restriction 100, again without any pre-announcement. I hate that. Alright, let's see if we can catch the C-Class in front of us. He's on the same mission than I am. We're doing 210 at the moment. I still have a little bit left. 220. He's closing in on a crowd in front, so let's give him some space. Glad when my new car is fixed. For those of you who follow me on Instagram as well, just purchased another CLK. With a bit more oomph. Like this one here has 6 cylinders and the new one has 2 cylinders more. Here the Volkswagen is on a mission as well. He's also thundering along with like 200. We're way too close, let's give him space. Yeah. Another one that didn't look in the mirror, cutting the Merc off. Yeah, it's limited for 130 anyway, so. Yes. There's a fancy new C-Class crawling in my trunk again. You'll see him pass in a second. Jesus Christ. What a dick. It's 130 here. I'm doing 150 and he still wants to pass. That 80 only counts when it's wet, which currently is not the case, so that doesn't apply. Right, off we pop. Unlimited again. That's a Volkswagen that we were chasing previously. We're doing 220 now. Nice Audi here. Yeah, that's the in the C-Class. It's a smaller one. You can see that with the fake exhaust. The ones with the fake exhausts are usually like 1.8 liters or something, so he'll max out at like 210 or something. That's why he gives a flying fuck about the restrictions. Alright, there we go. oxygen, don't worry. Cruising along with 180 by now, some guy in front of us. He's a really aggressive driver, that guy. Construction site, crawling along with 50. Moving over to our own lane again. There in the far I can see the sign, no restriction. Right, we'll take that one. We need to refuel. Yeah, I blew through the fuel with my earlier high-speed sessions. That's the thing. It's like I left with more than half a tank. Yeah, and now I'm on reserve. So usually that would have been sufficient to the half tank would have been sufficient to get me to Frank's where I wanted to be. But yeah, if you speed too much, obviously you blow through your fuel, and now we have to refuel. Righty, we fueled, so let's continue. Frank is waiting with the barbecue. I'm gonna miss that. A bit late already anyway. Family man in front of us is doing 170 on the mission as well. Yeah, those days are always dangerous. It seems like that there's like a holiday, either it's like some coming back already from the summer holidays, holiday has begun, I don't know, so it's a bit of a mix of family, professional drivers like commuters, I don't know. 120. Lighting a cigarette. What's this? Am I missing something here? Restricted and I didn't notice. Yeah, that's funny sometimes, you know. You thunder along and all of a sudden there's a sign 120 revoked, like free again. I'm like, was there something? I didn't notice that it was 120 or something. When was that? No. Yeah, it can happen. But sometimes it's also that they just forget to remove them. That once there was something and then they take it back, and then they forget to remove the revoked sign as well. So you have like an abandoned revoked sign still standing around for something that is not valid anymore. But you never know that. On this part they have speed traps, so it's wise to stick to the speed limit. Last time I got flashed. They really want us to go 100 here, so let's do that then. Speed traps. So theoretically you could go again, but I mean, there's a reason why they put a 100 sign here and speed traps. They don't do that just to annoy us. Alright. Just like this guy here. This area actually is called Teutoburger Wald. Okay, now we could go again. That's a region where the Germanic tribes defeated the Romans. It's quite an interesting story. You can wiki that. It was one of the reasons they, I think, defeated like 2 legions of Roman soldiers or something. It was basically the Romans kind of Vietnam kind of thing, because the whole of Germany was basically like a foresty wilderness. So they couldn't really set up their whole army strategic fighting power. And yeah, the Germanic tribes did something that today you would call like sort of guerrilla tactics, asynchronous warfare, I think they call that in the Pentagon or something. But for the details, if you're really interested, check out on Wikipedia. But it's said to have happened in this region like about 2,000 years ago. Well, yay, elephant race again. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, those days where you have like a really inhomogeneous mix of drivers on the road is really, really dangerous. So you have the commuters, which are usually driving quite fast because of course they want to arrive. Then you have the holiday people who are either going or coming back from holiday. Then you have the trucks. Now it's Friday, so you have like weekend drivers on the road as well. And then on a track like the A2, which is an east-west axis, you'll also have like, you know, many people from either the east, like Polish and mainly Polish people, but also Dutch people or British people. I've seen a lot of British people here now who also like go on holiday or something. And they all have like slightly different driving styles. Not really used to go with the flow, etc. And yeah, that can be quite dangerous. Pretty sure that for the police and the rescue services. It was a busy day today as well again. Although here it was okay, at least at the time that I passed. But those usually are the days when it's like dangerous. Glad when you're through it, so to speak. The issue with the British people is you have many of them on the road. They have the steering wheel on the wrong side for this track, so the driver usually doesn't have as good visibility as we do, because he's sitting on the wrong side, so he can't really see when he's stuck behind a truck or something. You have to like keep that in mind when you're passing on British vehicles here on the European highways, because they probably cannot see you. Yay! Next one is my exit, Bad Oeynhausen. Bad Oeynhausen. That's where we want to be. Hopefully Frankie boy left me some meat. That'd be like dandy-o. Let's see. And then I have to focus a little bit because I'm not driving on artificial intelligence like on navigation. I use my built-in navigation, meaning my memory. But I think I'll find it. I've been here a couple of times now. Osnabrück, Bad Oeynhausen, that's us. Tight corner. This highway ends in just a few seconds anyway, and then I have to grab the exit and make sure that I don't take the wrong turn, and then I think the rest I'll remember. Yeah, here you go. Tell you that 600 meters or something, basically the highway ends. It's just a small one, it looks like unfinished. I'm glad that I finally arrived. Yeah, it's 9:30 in the evening already, and we are still having 30 degrees outside in central Germany. This part is pretty central. Really unusual for that time of day and year. Exit. Do I remember anything? Nope. Not yet. What was that? I think in a roadside assistance. Yeah. Oh, I think I'm on the right track. I think I'm fine. Yep, I'm good. I'm good. think somewhere I have to turn left. Yes, I do. This one here. Krachtskamp. That sounds like something from Lord of the Rings, you think? The last holdout, the last stand at Krachtskamp.